Centralizing, buying time, killing people next in line. Lower classes, social slime, they don't matter. Genocide, sick from water, sick from air. Making money, they don't care. Caesar shit, force of air. Fuck them back, it's only for they bomb. They shoot, they kill, they massacre, rape. They burn the kids, no one makes countries. Lie to your face, fight and die, 'cause God forgives. Selling lies and buying time, killing people next in line. Lower classes, social side, they don't matter. Genocide, sick from water, sick from air. Making money, they don't care. See their shit, force a bear. Fuck them back, that's only fair. They bomb, they shoot, they kill, they massacre, rape. They burn the kids, no one makes countries. Lie to your face, fight and die, 'cause God forgives. Yeah. Coming back around again.
Welcome to the show. I'm your host, Ron Stevens. This is Rock the Boat right here on UCY.TV, and I'm your host for the next hour as the world just continues to get more bizarre. Now, a lot of people don't like Mr. Obama down there in America. Can't say as I blame them. I really truly did say shortly after he was elected that he would likely end up being shot or shot at either by Americans and or by the people that put him there in the first place, because he's playing the puppet role, and I thought they might make him expendable in order to throw America into some sort of chaos. But apparently he's played his puppet role pretty good, so he's still there. I can't believe he's there for 8 years. That's bizarre. I've been doing these radio shows for an awful lot of years, and I watched all the noise about whether or not he was actually an American citizen, and we all remember the hoo-ha and all the time wasted about whether his birth certificate was forged, whether he was an American or not an American, and he can't be a president because you have to be born in America to be an American president. Now, I don't know that the whole is true for being CEO of the corporation called the USA. I don't know what the rules and regulations are for that, but that's what the clown is, and he doesn't represent America, and nor does anybody else running in the show. So I'm amazed that this guy managed to stay put for 8 years. And I hear people now, Obama put through this executive order and this and that and that. And that just proves you're in a dictatorship. That's all that proves. The whole idea of the way the American government was set up was full of checks and balances so that you would never have a dictator, and that you wouldn't get corporate influence. What you have is you have nothing but corporate influence, and you have a dictator. So much for the checks and balances. I don't know why the American people ever put up with this thing, this executive order. If you have someone that can kibosh everything that went through to Congress and that, then you most definitely have a dictator. King Obama. Well, we got you beat up here in Canada because you may have a king down there, but we up here have a superhero. And this is what I'm saying. It just keeps getting more bizarre all the time. And I don't know when we're going to put our foot down. It's going to have to be pretty damn soon. But up here in good old Canada Stan here, we have a story from our very own knucklehead, our very own little puppet. And apparently he's made it onto the cover of Marvel Comics, because I guess our PM Uppet is a marvelous guy. He's going to be a superhero. And the title of the comic, it says Civil War II Choosing Sides. I'll put that in the chat because, it's Bizarro World. And our superhero right now is over to China as per instructions from his bosses, which are Power Corp and the Rockefeller clan, and the Queen is in on this, and so on and so forth. So, what has he accomplished since he became the newest PM Uppet? That's the Prime Minister Uppet. He has he's marched in several pride parades. He's been on lots of holidays. And I guess that's the same thing with Obama likes holidays. It's pretty much running on the same. Hey, Jules. I see you in the chat. How are you, my dear? And check that out, though. I mean, our Prime Minister of Canada is made the front of the Marvel Comics. And Obama hasn't done that. Trump hasn't done that. Hillary hasn't done that. So for all you Americans to say you're going to bail if whoever gets elected, some of you want to bail if Hillary gets elected, some want to bail if Trump gets elected, you're more than welcome to come up here. We're busy building mosques. Can't seem to get them suckers up fast enough. We're busy as hell bringing in as many migrants as we possibly can. And no, we don't have time to check and to see if they're good ones or bad ones. We just got to flood them in here. We're setting up 7 immigration centers in China in order to bring a hell of a pile of Chinese in. Come on up. We could use all the... if you're a Native American, and when I say Native American, I mean were you born there? And if you were born there, you're more than welcome. I'm thinking what we're going to end up having to do here is we're going to have to start another country. We're going to have to take another country, and we're going to have to pull all the people that have their heads screwed on straight, and either... move them into America, move them into Canada. But we're going to have to probably saw off some land to put everybody that we don't want in our lands and sort everybody out, and then eventually kick their asses out of there and get back to where we're supposed to be. Is that racist? Absolutely not. One thing I'm not is racist. I don't like idiots, and I don't like... people making problems for the people already here, and I don't like treason. Does it make me racist? No. They got to talk about anti-Semitism. What the hell is that even supposed to be? You're anti-Semitic. No, I'm just a guy that says what's on my mind. And if you don't like it, well, walk away, take a hike, put your fingers in your ears. I don't really care. But I will say what's on my mind, whether you like it or not. And, well, that's an anti-Semitic remark. There's somebody that says that to you, you can say, well, that was an idiot remark because it came out of the mouth of an idiot. Anybody that would spew, that's anti-Semitic, that's anti-transgender, that's anti-this, that's anti-that, shove off, okay? Just shove right off. I'm here to protect my people. I'm not going to weasel down, okay? I'm not going to get slammed around by your anti-this and your anti-that. Not going to happen, ever. Anyways, we have a superhero for a prime minister now who probably has an extremely, I don't think he's got much of an IQ. He was brought up to do what he's doing now, and he's doing it. Yeah, naked bike rides and gay pride parades, they do that in a lot of state universities now. Yeah, because your state universities have turned into bizarro world. It's just trying to create as much chaos as possible. Now, the problem with the universities is the universities are funded, the professors are funded to write papers, but they're funded by these tax-exempt foundations who are the same people that started the United Nations and the World Bank and the IMF and all the rest of this nonsense. And their goal is to destroy nation states. So they turn these so-called university students into babbling, low IQ idiots who will go out there and march and do as they're told, and they got no direction. They got nothing. They need to be locked up, actually. They need to be put in a cage somewhere till they get their brains straight. It's really quite annoying. I love talking to university graduates. I just get the biggest kick out of that. I mean, you can twist them idiots into knots so fast and just mess with them because they are totally unintelligent. They know nothing. They regurgitate the garbage that was stuck in their empty little brains, but they can't explain what they're regurgitating. They can't explain why they're regurgitating it. So it makes them really easy to deal with, and they get really messed up. And then they run away like little children, because that's what they are, little children. That's all they are, is little children. Like our prime minister. He's never left the child state. You know, he needs to be put back in his playpen till he grows up. You know, what are his attributes to run the country? He likes pride parades. He likes to do selfies. He likes, he claims to, he identifies as a feminist. So, you know, he ain't a man and he ain't a leader. He's a child. And if you watch, what's going on stateside, that looks like a bunch of screeching little children as well. I don't understand why I spend really little or to no time with politics. I do look to see what they're up to see how they're being used to try to screw us. Because never forget, the aim of this whole thing is the destruction of the nation state. That's where you live, and they're bound and determined to destroy it. Excuse me. And it's a matter if we allow them to get away with it or not. Now, Trudeau is over in China. Why is he in China? Because he was told to go to China. Does he know why he's in China? No. He was just told to go there, so he went there. And they praised up him because they praised up his father, who was involved with the Rockefellers and the Club of Rome and Morris Strong and Power Corp and all the rest of these assholes that wish to destroy our nations. So they play him up. Oh, it's so nice. We had so much fun with your daddy and everything. And so what's he doing there? Well, it says here in a headline on the National Post that Trudeau's China strategy fails unless he gets a pipeline built. Now, what would the China strategy have to do with a pipeline? Well, Trudeau is in China, it says, laying the groundwork for a bustling future trade in oil for which Canada is utterly unprepared. Now, they're going to start flooding us with Chinese. Our economy, it says in the business section, is the worst it's been since 2009. And we have more and more people being unemployed, working in low, you can't live on the wages jobs. But we have to set up 7 immigration things in different parts of China in order to start flooding the Chinese in. Now, they've already flooded the West Coast, buying up all the good properties. And they're using the money that they made from manufacturing the goods we used to make here at home in order to come up with all the cash they need to come and buy up our lands, pushing many people on the West Coast out of their homes basically because they can't afford to live there anymore. So we know the government is not there for the benefit of the people. They're just CEOs of companies. So anyways, we're not supposed to use oil. We're supposed to drive bicycles and e-bikes and take the transit and get electric cars. Because oil, as we all know it, is destroying the planet. We can't use coal because, well, it's destroying the planet. What's going on in China? Several years back, we did stories on the fact that China, while we were shutting down our coal plants here, they were building 500 of them. Wait a minute. They can use coal, but we can't. Well, they class them as a developing nation. And therefore, they needed to be able to industrialize up to the point where we were industrialized to would only be fair. So for in order them to pollute, we couldn't pollute until they got up and running. So, yeah, we shut down our coal plants, and you can't make steel with wind, and you can't make steel with solar, but you can make a lot of steel with coal. And so they built 500 coal plants. And, oil, lots of oil. But we have oil because we don't use it anymore. We won't be using it. So we're going to ship our oil over to China. That's what all these pipeline fights are about. Okay, shipping our oil somewhere else where someone else benefits from it, but we don't. Our cost of living keeps rising. And coal and oil kept our cost of living down, and it made us very productive as far as manufacturing the goods that we require. But we don't really manufacture anything anymore, so I guess we don't need coal and oil. And make no mistake, once they start flooding these Chinese in here, they're going to start cutting off chunks of ground, and they're going to make them state within a state. And they will be a Chinese state, and they will be using our oil and coal here. They will not have to follow our emission standards, which are ridiculous. They will not have to follow our labor laws or the wage laws. And so that way we, the stupid people, the children, the idiots, the trinket buyers, can still get their little trinkets for a reasonable cost. So that's what it's all about. You know, it was the Rockefellers. They took Nixon. They took Trudeau. Got him over to China. And most of the big investors in the world have basically dumped their investments in the West and moved them all over to China. Now, China started a bank. And our idiot is taking our money and putting it into the Chinese bank because the Chinese bank is lending money to other countries. So it just gets worse and worse and worse and worse. And we don't seem to be getting it yet. We're still playing this left-right nonsense. I can't believe that we're still doing that. I'm not doing it. I haven't done it in years. It's getting better, but it's definitely not good enough yet. There is no right-left, okay? There is us and them. That's it. And we should technically be declaring war on them. They are at war against us, but somehow we don't get that. We're still playing this stupid game that they've had us playing forever. Take a nation, put two opposing parties, and split the nation. Have the nation fight against itself, its own people, fighting against themselves in this political nonsense, and then they just do what they want. And what they want is the destruction of your nation state. These are treasonous dogs at the helm. And, call it a mutiny. That's what we need, and we need a mutiny. We need to go and take the ship captain and walk him off the plank. And put some fear into these people. They've just been getting it way too easy. They've had no pushback from anybody. The media should all be made to walk the plank. You know, I forget the guy's name, but back, I think it was late 1800s or whatever. And this guy had made his living in the media and worked for some of the biggest papers. The very same papers that the Rothschilds, when they came here, said that the first thing we need to do is get control of the 25 largest newspapers in the country. And then we own the media, and then we decide what the people hear and read. So nothing's changed there. There is no real independent media anywhere. The only real independent media I know is, and it's the most ridiculous thing to call it an independent media because it's a Mopar collector's guide. It's a freaking car magazine who prints some absolutely fascinating, intelligent articles on this whole environmental nonsense. They do brilliant articles. And people have been trying to buy them out. Why? Because they want a Mopar magazine? Hell no. They want them shut up. They don't want them telling anybody the truth. And most everything that had any circulation has been bought up. So as the guy said way back in the late 1800s, the journalist, when they were giving him when he was retiring and they had a party for him, and he just told them, he said, we are the prostitutes of the rich men. We print what they want, and if you ever printed your own opinion and it managed to get by the editors and into the paper, you would find yourself on the street the next day, unemployable in this business. In other words, you told a line and you spewed the propaganda that they want shoved out when they want it shoved out, or you will not be employed in the industry. And that is so true, it's ridiculous. And they put out the left papers and they put out the right papers so the right people can get some information to argue against the left people, and the division just continues. When are people gonna get it? You know, I see people posting stuff. Well, I guess we're screwed now. Well, only if you agree to be screwed. Me, not so much. We have to come to terms and understand it's hard for people to come to terms. It's hard for people to understand. It's very difficult for people to accept the idea. And it's such a simple idea. And I don't know why it's so hard. I really don't know why it's so hard to accept. But the fact of the matter is that everyone has been lied to since the day they were born. Well, once you accept that, then there is no need to frickin' be arguing about politics. There is no need for this right-left paradigm nonsense. There's no need to be conned by science any longer. I mean, for crying out loud, when I was in school, all this oil they want to ship over to China now, came from dinosaurs. That's what I was taught in school. Fossil fuels comes from dinosaurs. Well, must have been a hell of a pile of dinosaurs. We weren't taught that oil is a naturally occurring substance in the earth. No, that'd be too simple. No, oil comes from dinosaurs. Well, right now we know we've got a problem with science. And the problem has never gone away. You were lied to about the dinosaurs. In fact, the word didn't even exist. Dinosaurs lived 50 billion years ago. Really? Based on what? Well, we figured it out and we made some models, and the data kind of says that if you put it in the right way and you ignore a whole bunch of this other stuff. But the word dinosaur didn't exist. There was no word dinosaur until the mid-19th century, when Darwinism took hold and this evolution nonsense took hold. And they've been lying to you ever since. I mean, all you got to do is just open your eyes a little wee bit. Why are we so easily conned? Just because there's something that says it's a scientist, says they did some looking into something and this is what they came up with? And then you automatically believe the scientist? Hey, these were the guys that told you that oil comes from dinosaurs. These are the guys that created GMOs. These are the guys that put the fluoride in your water. These are the guys that told you margarine was better than natural butter. These were the guys that told you eggs were bad for you. These are the scientists. The scientists are con men. Now, I'm not going to say this isn't a blanket thing on the scientists, okay? I mean, I've said it before. I'm a scientist, you're a scientist. Science is nothing more really than observation. And no scientist, just as like a scientist, has no possibility of telling me that dinosaurs roamed the earth 50 billion years ago, or whatever number they're using these days. The scientists have no capacity to come up with that because they can't. I mean, where are they getting this data from? There is no data. They make this shit up. The idea that oil come from dinosaurs, of course, is ludicrous. But it's in the same realm as these scientists telling you now that they can look out 100 years from now based on the data they have. The same guys that can't get the weather right 3 days in a row, but they have somehow got the magical capacity to tell you, and you believe it. Not the people that listen to this show generally, but the general public believe what the scientists say. That they can look out 200, 100 years and they can tell you that if we don't do what they tell us to do, that we could bust the 2 centigrade limit on global warming. And if we go over that, it's catastrophe. Now, I mean, even someone with a really low IQ should be able to go, well, how the hell are you doing that? You can't even get the weather right for 3 days. Well, yes, well, that's trickier. That's tricky to get the weather right 3 days in a row. Not so tricky, though, to look at 100 years and tell you what the temperature is going to be in 100 years if you don't do what we tell you to do. Just like if you don't eat margarine versus butter, you're going to have high cholesterol and die. Even though they know no animal will eat margarine. But here we have the dummies running to the store. Well, I like this margarine. Wow, it's just like butter. It's just like butter. No, it ain't. It's just like margarine. Because it just ain't like butter. Know why? Because it ain't butter. 30, 40 years later, they're telling you, well, you know, maybe butter ain't so bad for you after all. Duh. I mean, I've actually had people tell me, you know, it's okay to eat butter now. What? Are you nuts? Well, yeah, they said it's okay to eat it. It really, the cholesterol wasn't bad cholesterol after all. Duh. I never quit eating butter. I used to get people all the time, you eat butter? You eat butter? Didn't you hear what the scientists said? Like he's all lame in the frickin' brain. The scientist said. I wish I could find a scientist I could punch him in the head. The scientist said. Jeez. If we want to live under jackboot, we're just going to keep on doing what we're doing. Because what their plan is to come in here and fill up every single so-called government body from your local level to the top end, full of Muslims and Chinese and any other damn thing they can drag in here. And they will make the laws. And you will disappear. It's very difficult to watch what's going on, actually. But I keep saying it, we're going to win. We're going to win because we're supposed to win. Now I got to get to this thing. This This is too fun. This isn't funny. It's retarded. Where did I put that? So we got a superhero, and I threw that in there, and all I did on Facebook was I said, UN globalist corporate MP up it. Justin Trudeau lands another MP up it first. First, he likes to march in gay pride parades. Second, he proclaimed himself as a feminist. He is now the first PM up it to grace the cover of Marvel Comics. Above all, Justin Trudeau has proven himself not to be a man or a leader, just a privileged, overgrown child. Time to remove him from office and return him to the playpen till he grows up. And that's not just his problem, it's all of our problems. We were taught from the very earliest age that the government is your parents, basically. They're your authority. And you do as they tell them to, as they tell you to do. And the plan on that was to keep you in the child position, to keep you mentally as a child, to never grow up to be a man or a woman, but keep you under the thumb of the parent, who the state proclaims to be. And they are the authority. And the police are basically the monitors, the babysitters, if you will, to keep you in line. And if you're not good, you're going to get a detention. And if you're really not good, you may get tasered or beat up, or hopefully not, but possibly shot, to teach the other children not to misbehave. And that's how this is set up. But I got this thing here that really blows me away. I just found it not too long before coming on air here. And this is what I wrote. Do you respect, or do you want respect from the police? Don't want to be abused, tasered, beaten, or shot by the police? The answer, my friends, is blown in this video. Claim to be transgendered and the police will treat you like a king/sir or queen/ma'am, depending on how you identify any given day. The police may even kiss your ass or shine your shoes. And I gave special thanks to the Satanic UN for messing up the world. Now, this particular video is called Law Enforcement in the Transgender Community. Now, apparently, I seen somewhere where I first saw this thing, and that it cost $1.7 million or $7.3 million to produce this particular training program for the police. So, I don't know what CRS, the CRS roll call training video. This roll call training video, narrated by Brett Parson, features scenarios of 3 of the most common, whatever, I don't have it here right now, I'll have to buzz over to YouTube. But this is the point. The point of this, I'm going to stuff this in the chat, but the point of this is, the safest thing to do now, okay, if you don't want to be harassed by these UN community police, and that's what they are. Your local police are international UN psychology messed up idiots, children with guns, basically. If you don't want to be harassed by these people, if you want to be treated really good with these people, if you're a man, I suggest you carry some lipstick with you. And if you do get pulled over, instead of trying to put your joint or throw your beer out or whatever it is you're trying to get rid of, what you want to do is just grab that lipstick. And I don't care if you've got a beard or nothing, man. Just get some lipstick on. So when the cop comes up to the door, now he's had sensitivity training. Now, I know for a fact there's only two sexes. There's male and female. That's it. So they went away from sex, sex of the child. Now it's gender of the child. Okay, so that's a misuse of the word. So now we can just make it whatever. So you get pulled over by a cop, you get your lipstick out there, bud. You wrap that around your lips. And when that cop comes to the window, you get them puckered up red lips of yours going, and you just kind of maybe blink your eyes at them a little bit. Hello, officer. How are you? Now, he can't mess with you at that point because you can sue his ass. Because if he doesn't treat you with kid gloves, okay, he's hurt your feelings. He can't do that. Now, if you don't put the lipstick on, he can drag you around, he can tase the shit out of you, kick you in the head, and it's just, that's my training. But see, now they got this new training, okay? And they have to be sensitive. And if they're not sensitive and they hurt your feelings, we all heard this, eh? I feel threatened. That's what the cops used to use. I beat the shit out of them because I felt threatened. Well, how can you feel threatened by a guy with lipstick on? Huh? How can you feel threatened by that? Now, he obviously has to leave the mode of rough guy to sensitive guy. And if he ain't sensitive to your needs, then you sue his ass. Now, a lot of people try to sue the cops after the cops beat the shit out of them, shoot them, tase them, and everything else. They go nowhere in court. Well, the officer felt threatened. Well, now you can sue his ass because he can't use that garbage anymore. He hurts your feelings. He wasn't sensitive to you. Okay? Now you sue his ass, you'll win. Just saying. Okay? Keep that in mind. I want to throw this video, which is totally ludicrous, into the chat here. You give this a listen, and there's one scene in here, before I throw it in, there's a scene in here, this tranny or transgender or whatever the hell it is, comes into the police station and says, holding a rag or something behind the neck, behind the head or something. I was just walking on down the street and the guy followed me, and then he started saying things to me, well, I just can't repeat them. I can't repeat what he's saying to me. I just so shook up over it. And then there's two cops there. I think the guy is white and the female cop's black, maybe. And so they say, the female cop says, have you seen a doctor yet about your injury? No. Well, I phoned the doctor, but he can't see me tomorrow. So it'd be all right. Well, that's fine, says the female cop. And so the male guy here, he's going to take your statement. So the cop starts out with, well, okay, sir. And this sir just happens to be wearing a dress. And the female cop grabs a hold of him, spins him around, and gets out in the hallway with him, explains to him that he must be sensitive to this. So how are you going to be sensitive? So it's what they've done here now is when they see that you're obviously a tranny or a transvestite or a transgendered or just a crazy person with a dress on, they can say, well, how would you prefer that I address you, sir or ma'am? And sitting there going, well, ma'am would be just fine. Ma'am be good. Okay, ma'am. Now here you got a cop talking to a guy, calling the guy ma'am. How retarded is that? I mean, how retarded are these cops? If I'm a cop and they say, you can't call him sir or mister because, it's sensitivity training. A normal man would say, what are you, an idiot? If I pull over a guy in a dress, I'm pulling over a guy in a dress but he's still a guy. Why the hell would I be calling a guy ma'am? Idiot. Hey, you want to work here? You want to work here? Okay, I've had my UN training, and I'm telling you, son, you want to be a police officer, you better get your sensitivity shit in gear here, or you're going to be down the road. You want to work at McDonald's, boy? No, boss. Then shut up. And you deal with this sensitivity training. I did. And I feel better for it. I find I'm a much more sensitive guy. But by jumpins', if you see a guy out there that's wearing blue jeans and work boots, you got to go to beat the shit out of him. But if he's in a dress, you best be nice. How stupid are we? Now, where are all these gays and transgenders coming from? You got it. The Rockefeller Foundation, the United Nations, and every other frickin' tax-exempt foundation out there. All designed to do what? Create chaos. Fork over the depopulation program. And these people are coerced into this for the most part. If all this stuff wasn't in the media and the magazines and particularly the movies and the sitcoms are brutal for pushing this stuff forward because people like to laugh. And it makes very easy to slide the propaganda in there. And then you get the government involved in it, then you get the normalization program, now it's normal. The universities are coercing the kids. Now we have the public schools coercing the kids. Most of these people wouldn't be out there wearing the damn dresses if they weren't coerced into it. All I'm saying, you want to be safe out there in the street. You know, you best be wearing a dress or at least carry some lipstick with you. Because you're wearing lipstick, the cop can't punch you in the face. He can't yell at you. He can't verbally abuse you. He can't threaten you with violence. If he does any of those things, you have an automatic lawsuit that he cannot win. Just saying. Now, if you haven't seen this, enjoy it. Sensitivity training for the police. Cop's going to, show me your hands. I got my gun on you. I'm going to shoot your ass if you don't do as you're told. Excuse me for a moment while I put my lipstick on. You still going to shoot me, Bob? Hey, Bob, you shoot me with this lipstick on, your life's over, son of a bitch. And you get on down there and you polish up my shoes real nice. This is bizarre. This is the frigged up world we're living in now. And people are talking about right and left politics. Freaking nuts, man. Absolutely out of this world. I mean, this kind of crap. I mean, when I say we were born down the rabbit hole, this kind of garbage is right down that rabbit hole with Alice in Wonderland. It doesn't matter how bizarre something might be or seem to be up on the top when you're down the hole in Alice in Wonderland. Anything is possible. It's time we come to terms with these nonsensical, fictional garbage that they're trying to shove down our throats as reality. It has got to get dealt with. What do we got here? Baconator 1000 says, just go around dressed up in a fruity robe, naked underneath, with your junk tucked in, wearing lipstick, and your little poodle named Precious. I love that. And you'll be rolling in the dough in no time. Absolutely. You could become the mayor of your town. Ouch. I love it. Yeah, we are in a goddamn bizarro world. Speaking of a goddamn bizarro world, I got another clip. And I'm going to stuff that in if I can dig it out here wherever I put it. And it's not a great movie, but it has some pretty good points in it. And it's called Suing the Devil. My buddy was looking for a comedy or something to watch there one day last week or whenever. And like I said, I don't watch many movies, and so he's looking for comedy. He came across this thing, and it's from 2011 with Malcolm McDowell in it, and some other people, and it's called Suing the Devil. So he plugged that in, and he has a real hard time with, we're friends, but, he still has a hard time with this idea. He got sucked in by the New Age there for a while. I'm trying to work him through it. He's getting out of it now a little bit. But it's all a learning process, right? He got into this thing where, I can prove I'm God. Well, that's good. I said, but I don't want to be God. I don't want that kind of responsibility. But we're all gods. And this is that UN horse shit, right? And I said, well, I said to, I got really pissed at him. Oh, I don't know if he's listening to the show or not tonight, but he knows. I think he's the greatest guy on the planet. We're learning stuff from each other constantly. But I said, well, go make me a Mercedes or something in the driveway, right? God. And so anyways, we watched this movie, and it's guy sues the devil for, I don't know what it was, 8 trillion or whatever. That part's stupid. But McDowell does a rant near the end of the movie about what God created and what the devil created. And it's beautiful because it's in an old English courtroom, and so you have a jury. Okay, a jury is a signification that it signifies basically that you're actually in law. Okay, because let no man judge you. Most of our courts now have no juries, and they're arbitrary corporate courts. Okay, and there you have a man judging you, which is outside the law. That's the legal system. And the legal system, by definition, is a adversarial system. And if you look up adversary, you find the word Satan. So it all kind of ties together pretty good there in the courtroom, because the legal system is satanic, and it's all about getting you away from God, right? Or getting the protection of God away from you. Okay, taking the law away from you. And in other words, you've been deceived by another man, which you're not supposed to allow yourself to do. Anyways, McDowell does a pretty good rant in here, and I said for years and years and years and years, and I kind of watched the movie and then I forgot about it. And last night I watched that one little clip, and he's bang on for some of this stuff, and just give it some thought. Because I used to say for years, all that's being pumped at you people is noise. It's all noise. The politics is noise. The movies are noise. The sports are noise. It's all to distract you. And McDowell in there, he goes on and he said, okay, what did God create? right? And he went on a bunch of other stuff. Then he said, and what I create? What did I create? Noise. So I'm going to go dig that out, and I may have plugged that into the chat before, but I really do believe that there is some importance. If you really truly, I mean, it's not all perfect, but he does mention the right-left nonsense. You know, he created traffic tickets just to piss you off, right? You know, is this the right one here? Just a second. That's not the right one. Where the hell is that one? Let's see. Here it is. Just give this a listen. He hits a lot of good points, and hopefully that helps people to understand this nonsense that we've been putting up with for way, way too long. We need to stand up and get in people's faces, and that's all there is to it. And I'm going to keep saying we got to get down to the local level. Yes, never leave home without your lipstick, people. Hooper here says, or Hopper here says, and wear lipstick. I don't know that you really need to wear it. I think what you need to do is just keep it with you, okay? I don't want a bunch of guys with beards and you know, smoking a cigar wandering around with lipstick on. But you might want to keep a tube with you, and maybe a handkerchief or something, you know, that you can wave at the cop, and maybe a purse. Yeah, a purse might be okay too, but you don't want to be too blatant about it, you know. But you know, it seems to be the only place that we're going to be allowed to be men anymore is in the privacy of our own homes. Otherwise, we're a danger to the administration. We are looked upon as a threat. We are the terrorists. And of course, truth has always been the enemy of the state, and therefore we're looked upon as enemies. So, you know, be as manly as you want at home. When you go outside, you know, take your purse and your lipstick with you. And I think that you will be much better off, because as soon as you say that you're trans anything to a cop now after this sensitivity training video, he's on the spot. He can't say nothing negative to you. He can't threaten you. He can't do jack shit to you. Or he's screwed. Watch it after. There's, it's just too funny. Anyways, we walked ourselves through an hour here. I just want to say happy September 1. And let's just keep some truth rolling, keep firing stuff at people, keep talking, keep teaching, and keep on shining that light. And these guys cannot win, right? That's true, too. That's right. On the Planet of the Apes, you're absolutely correct. Anyways, we are out of here. Everybody have a great night, and make sure to watch that sensitive.
Selling lies and buying time, killing people next in line.
Have a great night, everybody.
They don't matter, genocide. Sick from water, sick from air. Making money, they don't care. Caesar shit, force of air. Fuck them back, it's only what they want. They shoot, they kill, they massacre, rape, they burn the kids. No one thinks good. Trees, laugh to your face, fight and die. Cause God will give.
Truth on the Tracks you can catch every Monday night and Friday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.